Because a big thank you for allowing us for this space, the Voicebox, to exist. Thank you to Sol and to Jack as well for being my right and left hand throughout this. What was the reason that you, the team at PI Live, decided to give a voice to voices and create the Voicebox?
Sure. Well, I guess we've seen over the years an evolution of like networking opportunities and voices within groups, and the Voicebox is, I guess, a stepping stone to something much bigger, I hope, next year, and providing people an opportunity to choose what they want to do at our events. So, that's why we've done this, and thank you so much for your support. I don't think we would have got this out of the box and here. And thank you to my team, Jack and Sol, as well, who've done a fantastic job with the initiative.
So, Matt, we've been asking everybody today, is the marketing industry ahead or behind the curve? Where do you think we're at?
Wow. In terms of the partnership marketing industry, do you think?
In terms of inclusion, diversity, the big conversations of are we there? Are we ahead, behind, doing better, doing worse?
I think we're comparable. I think if you look at our industry as a whole, if you look at the demographics of who's at the show today, it's about 55% male, 45% female. If you go to the influencer marketing show tomorrow, that's flipped a lot more considerably. So probably 60 to 65% female over male. And I think over the years, we've evolved as an industry quite considerably, but we're still kind of stuck in the way that account management roles are often quite junior. And people flip very quickly in the industry and out of the industry. So we need to I think we need to try and retain more talent in the industry, whether it's male or female, and make sure that we keep good talent here, working within affiliate and partnership marketing. That's the key, I think.
I think that's interesting. I'll ask one more question, and then I've got more, but I'll hand to you. So here's the question, because you are saying that about retaining talent and that being one of the things we can do. Matt, you and I have both been around in this industry for a long time. It's really easy for me to actually look and see we've come a long way. We're doing so much better than what we previously, our lives were like back in the 90s as far as inclusion and diversity. But what's going to be the thing that now, I use that phrase a lot today, but moving the needle, big push, what's it going to be? What does it look like?
Well, that's a really good question. I think I agree with you that it's cumulative. Like the small changes that we're all making in this industry is better. I remember the 90s networking events. It would be a speakeasy in a pub and everyone would get hammered and wasted. And now it's good times, but equally times have changed. And that's not actually what we want. And our delegates don't necessarily want that anymore.
I know.
They want to have a good time, but they want to see structure. They want to see opportunities. But one of the things I think we can do, at Hello Partner is our motto is that we want to bring people together. And access to funding, I think, for female founders is something that we can work on as an industry. There are a lot of startups in the space. I'm lucky enough to invest in a few. I don't always disclose them, but they are there, and people are asking for funding from people within the industry. So I think we can be a lot more open about that. There are some big publishers that have exited their own businesses that do have cash available. So I think what we're going to be doing in 2024 is putting an initiative together so people can understand the supports they could get from seed funding, and also entrepreneurs and founders that have been there and done it and gone through the whole kind of stage and whether you get VC funding, whether you sort of bootstrap it, whether you go friends and family, what you do with SEIS or EAS and tax initiatives. So that's something we'd like to do.
Amazing. Brilliant. Jack.
Yeah.
What are you going to ask Matthew?
Oh, what am I going to ask my boss? Always on the spot. So, we've been questioning a lot about how to improve the industry, which is so important, and we'll continue to do so. But I kind of want to celebrate the industry because it's all about people, as we all know. That's why we're all here. And that's why, we at Hello Partner, we have awards to celebrate people's amazing work. We had the GPMAs on Monday. It was great to see people come together. I want to hear from you, Matt. Why do you personally think take out the business a second, think about the people, why do you think it's so important to celebrate the people in our our industry. Like I mentioned earlier, we have our top 30 lists as well.
Yeah.
I love working on these because I get to meet people through it, and it's great. You know, why is it so great to celebrate people, and why will we continue to hopefully do that?
Sure, that's a great question. I think the awards, we've done, 30 award ceremonies since 2007, and the big shift over the last few years has been more people-based awards. So it's about teamwork and the human approach. That I think is right down to the algorithms around scoring. So our industry is exceptionally collaborative, and one of the awards we have, of course, the One to Watch award, you know, where you have to be under a certain age, I think, and you kind of like the unsung heroes as well. So, you know, best team in performance marketing doesn't have to be your sales team, your account management team. It can be others within the business that are working on the coalface to kind of like make sure the whole business survives. So we want to recognize more teamwork and people, as well as the technology side, of course, and how that can do. But you know, the categories, each year we have 30 categories. We try and evolve them every year. We have a pretty diverse judging panel. We split that as much as we can, a representative of each industry. That's really important from around the globe. And you know, it's one of your jobs, isn't it, Jack, to find agnostic judges is a very difficult challenge, as well as speakers. You know, have a fantastic lot of speakers, and we had Turn the Talk yesterday, which is an initiative to get more new blood speaking on our stages, you know, and Turn the Talk can provide that support. We're also looking next year about doing some coaching as well, to sort of, you know, how to present. You know, I'm not media trained. I don't really like doing these sort of things, but
Well, can I ask you then? Jack and I have been asking and Sol today people about 2024 and the vision for 2024. So it's twofold, really. What's it going to look like, PI Live, next year? You talked about Turn the Tables. You talked about a bigger Voicebox next year. What's your inspiration for that? And also, what's your aspiration for 2024? And what's your hopes for 2024 as well?
Well, it's for an event company. It's been, obviously, COVID has been a horrific time. You know, I don't want to do any of those online events ever again.
It was with the digital voice.
Well, that one was brilliant, but connecting people is what we're about. And the Voicebox initiative is one of those. We want to do more of that. You know, we've reached capacity this year at this event venue. We had to cap tickets. We sold out a couple of weeks before the show. But we've opened up this whole vault, you know, which is a great new space. We had, 10,000 meetings requested over 2 days. 4,500 of those were confirmed and accepted. So there's a lot of business being done at this show, and that's just, you know, the team that we have put all their hearts and souls into these shows. So next year, bigger, better, more networking, more opportunities. We'll probably do some more off-site stuff, maybe some vertical stuff, either in finance, health. And one of the things I wanted to also mention is initiatives around mental health, in terms of, I think, we're talking about female founders, but for male mental health as well. I think that's something that we need to do more of, and I think tragically over the last few years I've seen a couple of close friends that have kind of committed suicide, which is what we want to make sure people can open up and talk about their challenges. So one thing we're going to do as Hello Partner is make sure that that's on stage at the Voicebox next year.
You get my full support on that. I'm a co-founder of Digital Leading Ladies, but I'm also co-founder of Digital Industry Lads and Ladies. And the reason we set that up is women are much better at talking to each other. They're much better at leaning into community. During COVID, we really felt that the men's community needed to exist, and all credit, there's another group in ad tech groups, there's a lot of male focus on it. So I'm a big believer and fan of that. We're going to finish with 3 quick fire rounds for Matthew Wood. Ready? Your biggest shout out of the day goes to?
I'm going to have to yourself, but also my Hello Partner team. There's 23 of us, and we work on these events, 2 years in advance, and it's a lot of work.
Oh, great. You can take that one, and I second that. Change is not coming fast enough for?
Oh, that's a really tricky one. I do want to see more female founders in the industry. I want to see more access to funding, and I want to see us help our own in the industry.
Let's see if we can move that to next year and see what the percentage looks like. Final one. In 2024, my hope is?
Bigger, better, and just connecting more people.
And I'm sure it will be. PI Live here, 2024. Everything will be bigger, bolder, brighter. Matthew Wood, the founder of PI Live here. Thank you very, very much.